Hello dreamers, this is April, the colorist behind Dreamy Color Fix. I bring you another coloring page from Spooklettes Volume 1, Episode 2. This time I decided not to do them in order. I'm going to go crazy, I guess, if I do things in order, and I don't like all the pages in all coloring books, so I'm going to be doing this page here. This book is by Carla Magana. I will leave a link up top on the right if you're interested in the flip through. I will be using my Illo markers and coloring pencils from Prismacolor. But first I'll start with these markers. I want to have a pink and purple color scheme. Pink and purple. And some red. I want to have a pink and purple color scheme and some red. So these are the colors that I will be using, and some of this I used, I guess, a cheaper, just a regular, it was a cheap sketchbook paper, and kind of like this coloring book paper. Yeah, some of it bled right here on her face, but that's okay. I think we will still be okay. Some of this red bled when I was doing my swatches earlier, but that's okay. I think we'll still be okay. I think it was the paper. I was just using a cheap sketchbook paper. It didn't it worked when I used it in a previous drawing for backing, but live and learn. So this is from Carla Magana, like I said, and she is just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful artist. I am using right now 26 Pastel Peach. I will be shading it with markers and then going over it with coloring pencils next. This is 25 Salmon Pink. I usually keep 2 markers in my hands at the same time because you have to be quick about blending, otherwise it won't blend very well. When you color with markers, you just have to be mindful of the shades and the lights and darks of the skin of the clothes. Like the hair is falling down here, so it's going to be darker on her temple on this side. It's going to be, she's going to have more red underneath her eyes because we have red blood cells running through our veins, right? And you're going to be more red around your eyes too. And then this illustration has a highlight on the nose, but imagine if you didn't. Underneath the nose would be darker. The size of the nose. Underneath the lips. Sometimes you have to wait for the marker to dry to get a darker shade. This is salmon. Well, we're going to go with salmon pink first. So she has some skin showing here on her chest. And then it usually dips in right here, so don't forget that. And then I'm using the Pastel Peach. This one has no red to it. This one is just a basic skin tone. pastel peach again. Just working it around the nose again. And these markers have a brush tip, and that really helps with blending. Then salmon pink, and in her shoulders, like the inside of her shoulders will be the darkest. And then I'm going over this side again. It's dry enough just to make the left side of her face, our left, darker. And then salmon pink to give the nose more definition and the chin area. And then might as well fill in her lids, but they'll probably be darker later. The corner of her eyes too with the salmon pink. And then don't forget the nostrils here on the sides. This illustration really doesn't have like a defined nose, but if you did, you would just have a little bit of a shadow on the sides of the nose. So we have, okay, almost forgot. We have one hand left here. Salmon pink. You can fill it in completely with the lightest tone, and then use the darker one, but I'm doing darker than light. We're going to add a little bit more of salmon pink under her eye. And at the corner of her eyeshadow, well, she will have much brighter eyeshadow later. And then we're just giving the edges a little bit of a, and then just another shadow. And then it looks dark at first, but then it'll dry and then look fine. So we are done with the skin tone, and I want to, we have reds, purples, and pinks. I'm thinking I want her to have oh, almost forgot her ear. She had, oh, that's a chisel. She has an ear right here. See, and I did the lighter tone first and then the darker tone, but I get more feathering this way, and the darker tone is not as strong. So with this way it takes longer. So doing the darker tones first is a faster way, and I think better way. I'm just going with the salmon pink in some spots because after it's dried, you can get a little bit more darker and defined by going over some areas. And she's got like little like stitching or crossing. You can like go trace over some of them, draw over some of them, and then give little hints of a shadow. and then where the chest dips, make that dark, and go over it lightly with the lighter color. So her jumpsuit will be this old red, and I plotted out a quick scheme here just to get, keep me remembering what I want to do with the colors. So old red for this jumpsuit. And I'm going to avoid this area here. It's like a highlight. And this paper is not very forgiving with markers. It's feathering a lot. But it's the paper's not picking up. I've used watercolor so far and color pencils in this book. We're gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna do her finish the jumpsuit. And I'm not too worried about feathering and stuff because I will be going over it with color pencils. I would just like do color pencils completely, but it saves so much time just to get a base layer with the markers. You don't have to spend so much time putting down the markers. Okay, so the old red is finished, and then I'm gonna go with actually I'm gonna go with Carmen. No, I'm gonna go with the pink color. I think we're gonna go with we're gonna go with 6 vivid pink, because 6 is a part of the jumpsuit. And then her arms here, I want to add some pink. We will have Carmen. I think we'll have pink on the sides. The reason why I chose the sides is because it would be lighter from the light hitting this way. How is everyone doing during this quarantine time? I have been keeping myself busy with art, and I opened up this channel. I enjoy making art as well as just doing coloring. What have you been doing during the quarantine time? And then I'm using Carmen on the inside of the sleeves. I'm not really sure what this color palette will end up looking like, but I will use color pencils later so to cool down any fire if it's too bright. This is my favorite illustration in this book. She has 25 in here. I love the simple aspect of the figures and exotic drawings, exotic features. Okay, I think that's not too bad. Let's go back with old red here and see about getting a little bit darker. And underneath here, underneath the breast area will be the darkest. And then where the belt meets the top, and then the bottom. And next to this highlight, Carmen's a bright color, but we're just going to try to get it a little bit darker. Okay, we're finished with the reds. Now we're gonna go with the pinks. So I want to use pale pink. So there's stripes here, so we're going to take this pale pink and color some of the stripes. And I'm looking at the colors here, and the carmine is looking really out of place. Because of that, we want to add some of the carmine in other areas. So I think it'll be a great idea to put the carmine down here in the leggings too. Now that we have the carmine in the leggings, it looks much better. It doesn't look so shocking in your face. And she has this neck thing and poofy things on the side. We're gonna go with the vivid pink on these little ruffles here and on her neck ruffle. And then we're going to take 17 for the lightest areas in the ruffles. And the darkest pink would go, the darkest pink would go on the side of where the ruffle like stops, and then on the inside of the ruffle. And it's best not to let it dry. You only let it dry when you go with the same color to shade. And 17 has a purple, like lavender color to it. It's very pretty. I'm going with the vivid pink again, and I'm making lines through this. And the lightest part, I'm leaving out the lightest part. And then 1717 is pastel pink. Vivid pink again. Doing the same thing over and over again till I cover all of the areas. And then her little neck ruffle, we're going to go with vivid pink for the bottom part. Then we're going to take our 17, our pastel pink, for the top. Well, that probably should have been reversed, but really these two colors, one can, I would say, which one's darker? I think pastel pink may be darker, but I'm just using them as two separate colors. Okay, so now on her body we have a belt and we have a neck thing. For those, the hair is gonna be purple. For those, what color? I know, potato brown. Potato brown will be a good bronze color. And then we're going to take we're going to take deep yellow, 32. For the light areas. Okay, so her body's done for markers. And then we need to do her hair. Her hair will be purple, vivid purple, and ultramarine. Ultramarine is actually blue purple, but it's very, very purple in this marker. Go with a dark color first. And actually what I think I'm going to do is, instead of mixing colors, I'm going to do the purple like in the top part, and then the darkest purple, and then the reddish purple on the bottom. And her ponytail will be, her top ponytail will be, she's got one ponytail, but her top big chunk of it will be this purple. It looks really dark when it's first put down, and looks even very scary, but once it dries, it won't be so dark. And the rest of it will be vivid purple. And she's got cute little bats, like bat ear things. And I don't know what color they will be yet. Maybe gold. Alright, so I think that this purple has had time to dry. Let's shade it up a little bit. She has like these little strands that I just want to darken some of them up. And then since this paper feathers really badly, I just have to touch it just a little bit. Otherwise it's going to feather badly. In which it's already happening, but I've already come to terms with that. I have recently bought coloring books from Mila Jenkins or something, or no, Micah, something like that. And the books are, they look awesome. Not that I don't like this artist. I love all of them. But when the paper is of like good cardstock, markers work great. And I have Saku M's and I have cardstock with hers, but this one is my current favorite. So just darkening up some strands made it pop a little bit. And these skulls, they're called Ralph. Like her character that she invented. I'm alternating strands. I don't really have a system here, but just alternating and keeping it interesting and varied, having variety. And we're going to do the same thing with the vivid purple. And since this part here is like the back of her, underneath her head, it would be mostly dark. For the bat wings, we're gonna go with like gold. I think yellow ochre. No, I think this olive green probably work the best for gold. It's got a bit, gold is like a mix of like this yellow and greenish color. Maybe I'll use the maybe I'll use a green. I'm not sure. We're gonna, but this is a good color, a good gold. And then her other bat wing. I think maybe we should have like a lighter yellow. Yeah, a lighter yellow, maybe a lemon yellow. We're gonna go with, this is called fresh green. It's not very green. It's like a mustard sunflower yellow. Then let's go back with this olive green. Colors are really weird. I mean, this is like a gold. But I do like these markers. Alright, so we got our gold finished. And now we have eyes. Well, let's do our eyes. And you know, the white of the eye is never white. So we need like a gray. Probably depends. Sometimes, no, that's purple. Oh, I could have used that as a color. Then what can we use? Maybe a cool gray. Yeah, let's do this cool gray just on the underside of the eye. And then this eye will have a more gray. And we're going to use this. It's called dark blue light, but it's actually purple, like a lavender. The names are really weird with these markers. Okay, so let's just run that over one more time. And then we should make her, you know, lips probably a red color because we've got pink here. We've got the pink shines a lot. So let's make her lips. I'm using a lot of colors here, but coral red. And with lips, the top part will be the darkest. And then the bottom will have more light coming in. Then we're gonna just take our salmon pink, that's our skin tone from earlier, and just lightly brush over that and then leave it alone. And then we got our lips. Now we have Ralph. So first, let's make Ralph's eyes like black. This is Cool Gray 7. It's not black, but I like cool grays. And then we're going to do the same for these guys down here. And then we're going to, I think for these guys, I'm not really sure what color, maybe potato brown. Or terracotta. I've decided to go with deep yellow. Deep yellow and potato brown. Potato brown. So this deep yellow is pretty much like it has yellow in it, but it's like an orange. It's more like terracotta, but I have a terracotta that is really orange. I forgot the little noses. This is the lightest color here. Okay, almost messed that up. Let's take our darkest color here. This is again potato brown. Okay, and we are going, well, this guy here will be a different color, I think, but these two will be the same color. Let's go with a darker color first. Since this one is like hiding behind her arm, this one's going to have a lot of the potato brown. Then the deep yellow. Okay, we are almost done, and the last little Ralph, the last skull, I think should be yellow, lemon yellow. Because purple, lemon yellow is the comp of purple. So that little guy is like yellow. So we're gonna put a little bit of maybe a little bit of green in him. Okay, let's take this fresh green that I used earlier. I think I used this on the bat wings. Maybe. Just to give it a little bit more contrast. Okay, so we are finished with the marker part, so we will start with the coloring pencil process next. I swatched out all the colors I wanted to use, and I chose a color scheme right here, and this is what I'll be referring to throughout this drawing. I will be using my Prismacolor colored pencils and some Winsor&Newton ink. This Winsor&Newton ink is good for gold, and I want to put some gold in this drawing after I'm done, and probably my Signo Uni-Ball pins here. I have a few Signo Uni-Ball pins or Posca pins. Her hair is purple, and then this is Black Grape PC 996. And I just want to accent the hair. It's already shaded from the markers, but color pencils can make the drawing pop even more, and you can go simple or more detail, more colors. I got a few more coloring books that will come today, and I'll do a flip do for those books coming soon. And if you are a colorist, what do you do? An artist or colorist, do you do markers and color pencils, or do you do only color pencils in your work? Because I think that color pencils are great, but it takes so much time. And one of the new coloring books that I did buy from Etsy, the artist's name is Micah Jihia or something like that, and there are some grayscale pictures in there. I've never done that before, so I'm going to be experimenting with a lot of cool, fun things, and I hope that you join me in my color journey. I find coloring like this is very relaxing. And then this is dark purple. Wait. Yes. No, that's the wrong color. I need Dahlia purple. Dahlia purple, PC 10091009. This is the lightest color for the hair. They're both purple shades. And I don't want to completely cover the marker base. You can do that because it'll make the coloring pencils, look better. And then you don't have to blend as much with the coloring pencils. But I just want to accent that hair just a little bit. This hair, make it pop even more. And this is a beautiful drawing. If you haven't already, subscribe to artist Magana's YouTube page. She does color and chats, not chants. She does color and chats with her own coloring books. You can follow along, and she's just a wonderful person to listen to. Today I ordered free birds. You can't go into the restaurant, anymore to get it, because like a few days ago I wanted pluckers, and they wouldn't just let you order, outside, and I didn't bring my phone. You had to order your food on their app. Or call in. I think you can pick up at Pluckers, but with Freebirds I don't think there is a pickup, so I used Grubhub and ordered my food that way. Kind of expensive for the delivery charge, but it was convenient. But I wish the place was open. I'm missing restaurants and just the norm. Yes, I keep myself busy, and I'm not going stir crazy because, I'm an artist and I usually stay home anyways. Are you going crazy? For me, I am a loner anyway, so I don't, but I do miss the norm, and wish that this craziness would be over. And do you have a favorite coloring book? Share them below. Let me know what you like, because I'm relatively new to the coloring book scene. But I have found a few good coloring books, maybe more than a few. I have too many choices now. But I could always leave it for on my wish list for the future. Oh, and I forgot to do this ponytail here with the darkest color, black gray, PC996. So I'm just gonna do that. And since this hair is not realistic, you don't have to like do like straight strokes to make the hair, you know, look like strands. That's totally optional. But I am going with the lines, the strands that she drew in. And I'm going to be trying grayscale pretty soon. If you're an expert at grayscale, if you have any tips or tricks, you can leave me those comments, and that'll be wonderful. Or maybe share a video that is, because I've searched, but there's not, I can't really find a lot. Strange. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Grayscale looks a little intimidating. Beautiful, yes. Intimidating. A lot. And guys, I upload every Wednesday and Saturdays. I think currently I'm able to do 2 times a week. When I do like flip throughs and new books, then I'll upload the videos as a additional video on other days as a plus video. That's what you will be seeing when I get my new books today. So there'll probably be another video tomorrow or the next day after this is uploaded. Do you have this book? It's really so far this is my first full page. I did the introduction pages. Do you go in order for your coloring books, or do you skip around? Because I was going to go in order, because that's my normal, I guess, way I would do like a sketchbook. But you know, there are some, you know, there's just so many, you know, coloring books and pages that skipping seems like the best option. So I skipped the first couple pages and went to this one. Okay, so now we're going to go with our lighter color, Dahlia Purple, PC 1009. This is black grape again, and I am like giving it a nice gradient. First I like accented the edges, you know, gave it the shadow to make it pop out. Now I'm just lightly touching it to make it have like a soft gradient. Okay, I am happy with the purple. Now we're going to do her red purple back hair, like it's her under layer. And the red purple, we have PC 1029 and PC 930. 930 magenta and mahogany red. And we're going to go with the darker shade first. Then we have our magenta PC 930. And then because the dark, I want this area to be dark because it is like the layer that is the most like behind her neck. But just slightly, I want to add this magenta because Prismacolor pencils are so waxy. I have to use this. I wasn't even touching anything, but I do have a little bit of the Prisma smudging. Okay, we're gonna do her skin tone now. And I'm going to use PC 927 Peach. I think this is called Peach. It's so small. It just says in, I think, Peach Claire. I forgot the original English name. In Salmon Pink, PC 1001. I'm covering up the majority of the surface here, but very, very lightly. Okay, and then we're going to take the Salmon Pink, PC 1001. And I just want to, slightly accent the shadows already there from the markers. And then I'm going to take the lightest color, the peach again, 927, and lightly color just some areas. I'm going to take the same color and do her other skin areas. And the skin really doesn't need a lot of this because the markers did a great, the markers look great already. There's already a lot of gradients and shading. But just a little bit gives it more oomph. And then Salmon Pink. Then we're going to move on to her jumpsuit. Her jumpsuit, I have 924 and 937, 937 and 925 for her jumpsuit. 937 Tuscan Red is the darkest color. And this area needs the least amount because there's not a lot of space to cover here. But make sure you get a shadow underneath the breast line and on the sides of her waist, not her waist, size of her waist, and below the breast line, and then above the belt. Okay, now we're going to go with our Crimson Lake. We may not even need this color because, there's not much more to shade here. Just little spots here and there. Okay, we're finished with her bodysuit. Now we're going to move on to her pink little fluffles or ruffles, and we're going to use hot pink and neon pink, 993 and 1038. I'm giving it a hard line and a soft edge too. And I'm also going to accent this pink highlighted area on her jumpsuit. And then she also has like neon pink on her arms, but we'll just use, I think, the lighter pink on those. And now her neck ruffle also has this hot pink, neon pink. And it just needs a little bit a darker shade, or just outline under the lighter pink. Now we're going to take our hot pink, our 993, and go over the lighter pink area. Not make a outline, it just needs a light gradient blend to it. And then we're going to just lightly go over the arm wrap thingies, armbands, or no, what are they? Oh, gloves. Couldn't think for a second. Okay, so we do need just a little bit of the hot pink. Just tiny bit. And I think that we also need a darker, I think we're gonna go with 926. The Scarlet, no, Carmine red. I want to make the glove here have contrast because the hot pink and then we need to use 924. 924 is crimson red. Go over these gloves and the tights. And then her tights has this red marker I think was Carmine. This is Crimson Lake, 924. And then let's take our Carmine red. Well, the Carmine red really is just going to I'm just going to lightly graze it because we can't really see it, but it will just give it a soft gradient. And shade under her neck here. And then we're going to take our hot pink, our 993, I have a sepia pencil here, and I'm just putting some of it underneath. Take the hot pink again and lightly blend. And I want to take the sepia in some areas down here on the ruffles. And then we have this light pink here, and we're going to use PC 1018. Okay, we need a darker color, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use maybe this. No, that's too light. We need a darker color. I think mulberry. No, that's too dark. I think we're gonna just use our hot pink from earlier, our 993. It's not too dark, gives it enough shadow. Okay, and since we have our pink, let's go ahead and, well, the eyeshadow will be pink, but I think I want to add a little bit of purple. Our mulberry actually will be good. Mulberry 995. And then what do we have? We have her bat wing things. I have gold. Let's use we have gold here. We're gonna make her eyes here gold. And this gold is 950. For now, let's put the gold away, and we're going to do this little skull. His name is Ralph. We're going to use 916, 916, and 1004. First one is Canary Yellow. And I really think that this one doesn't need any coloring pencils. And then this 1004 yellow chartreuse, it's got like a gold green like look that'll make it so much brighter. And now we're going to do our big Ralphs. Or no, not our big Ralphs, our little bat wings. Let's get our bat wings done. And our bat wings will be Terracotta 994, PC 994, and then we have PC 1024. I think it's goldenrod. No, it's not goldenrod. It's yellow ochre 1042. I wrote the numbers wrong. 1034 and 944. And this is goldenrod 1034. I'm going to lightly blend that terracotta. And then on the areas here with just this color, just give it a line around the edge here. And let's shade just a slight bit with the terracotta. And then inside the eye sockets, we have lines already. But we're just going to go over it lightly with some of the terracotta, and first terracotta and then our goldenrod. Okay, and we are almost done. I mean, well, close. We are close to being done. And then we got her. For the coloring pencil part, we have this left, and that will be, I think we have Sepia and yellow ochre. PC 942, we'll do that first. Alright, actually let's do our Sepia first. It's 948. And then we're going to take our yellow ochre 942 and just lightly blend. and then make it a little bit darker on the edges. And then make it dark just at the edge. And we are done with the color pencil. Oh, let me see. Let me just take a look. It's looking pretty good so far. Wait a minute. I think I forgot the ear. I always forget the ear. Let's just take our salmon pink and just, it doesn't need a lot. And then our peach. Okay, so what we need, though, we need something for her eyes and her lips. Okay. We're gonna go with 1029 mahogany red. And the 930 magenta. And then we'll go mostly mahogany on the top. And we're going to do black cherry for her eyes, just a tiny bit. I like the light lavender or lilac color, but we just want it a little darker. Okay, we're done with the coloring pencils and we're going to use ink now to finish off this wonderful piece. Okay, for the gold I will use Winsor&Newton ink. And let's give this guy here a gold tooth. It might not show up very well. Well, we just make all of them have an accent. And I forgot to do the belt, and for the I need to go back and do color pencil, use color pencils on the belt. The buckle's fine since I'm using ink. Okay, so for the buckle, I think this is pumpkin orange 1032. Pink glitter pen from Sakura ball sign, and I want to, let me see, I'll put some of this ink, some areas down here. Got a lot of pink already going on, so we don't need a lot. I'm going to use some jelly rolls, and this is like a kind of like a red jelly roll. I'm putting like some red glitter on the edges of the ruffles. Oh, and this is, I mean, they don't actually list color names, but this is a Sakura again, and this is kind of like a gray glitter pen. This is a purple glitter pen, and we're going to just put it in some spots. This is a lime green glitter pen, and we're going to use it on this guy here. It'll make his yellow pop a lot. This is an orange glitter pen, just a tiny bit to accent the eyes here, just at the very corners. Okay, so we're going to take a look at like the line work and see what line work we need to, you know, go over again, because some of the color pencil, you know, went over it, so it's like not clear anymore. Any calligraphy or liner, like anything microns, a calligraphy pen, or something that has a fine point will work, that can do line art. This is a Japanese pen I got from Zimpop. The lines can be varied. Very, very fine to very thick. You can do this with the color pencils too, but this is, to me, better if you don't have a lot of, you know, color pencils, or even if you have a lot of color pencils. This will be more more detail, more finer. I'm also cleaning up the edges where it feathered out, but you have to be careful because this paper is very absorbent. It'll absorb this pen, this ink. Okay, so I am going to take my white Signo pen. This is the last part, and I'm going to give her some more highlights. I like putting little dots like in a row. It just like gives it just a extra like special look to the piece. Using the white gel pen and just using my finger after to make it a subtle like strand highlight. And then finally just some Posca pen. This Posca pen has like paint in it. I'm finished with this drawing now, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was a long video, but I thought that this is also a good video to have a long kind of chat. I'm not a very good chatter, but talking about the process in real time instead of a speed video. So thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and see you next time in the next exciting video. Goodbye, dreamers. Bye-bye.